I'll be the first one to admit that when Sony released the PlayStation Vita 5 years ago, it felt like a bit of overkill. But over time, it's proven to be one of the most bang for your buck consumer electronics products out there. I wholly believe that the PlayStation Vita is a viable product in 2017. I'm Q, and on this episode of qTalkie, we're going to make a case for the PlayStation Vita. Before we get into it, I feel like I have to establish that this is an opinion piece. It's wholly subjective. I also acknowledge that there are several similar videos to this one, so you may see some arguments that have been utilized before in different people's cases for the Vita, but I feel I'd be remiss if I didn't mention those for my own video. So, let's get started. Listen. The Vita has a tremendous library of games. Not only do you have access to loads of games from major publishers and indie developers, especially indie developers. Oh my god, there are so many indies on the PlayStation Vita, it's crazy. But you also can download and play PSP games, PlayStation Minis, PS1 Classics. In case you were wondering, that is 2,561 games in total. You could literally, figuratively, swim in a sea made up of those games. Variety, in my opinion, only adds to the overall value of a product, and the PlayStation Vita has a lot of variety. This second reason is for all you console modders and hackers out there. It has to do with emulation. The PlayStation Vita may have been OP when it was first released, but its hardware has proven to stand the test of time. This console is a beast when it comes to emulation. It took a while to get into the Vita, and running emulators requires a specific set of circumstances in order to work. But the Vita can emulate several different consoles from the 2600 to the N64 at full speed. Just make sure you own the games you're trying to play. I don't condone piracy. Never have, never will. This final argument is probably the least compelling for me personally, but I still think it's a cool reason to buy the Vita. Certain features of the Vita were designed to work in tandem with the PS4, and vice versa. This is evident in the presence of remote play, the ability to use the Vita as the controller for your PlayStation 4, and even cross-play with certain titles. Oh, and you PS3 owners, don't worry. These features also work with your console, albeit in a more limited capacity. There are plenty of reasons to buy the PlayStation Vita in 2017. I haven't even covered half of them, but these are the three that really compel me to buy my Vita and keep my Vita, and why I intend to hold on to it for a very long time. I've had mine for about a year, and it's still one of the greatest consoles I've ever owned. But what really interests me is, what are your thoughts on the PlayStation Vita? Have I compelled you to take a look or a second look at the Vita? Have I completely turned you away from it? It may have been officially discontinued in North America, but you can still find plenty online, probably even at a local retail store. I bought mine, like I said, a year ago with 2 games added for less than the cost of a new 3DS. And I've never regretted my choice once. But, with that being said, this has been qTalkie, and I've been your host, Q. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about this video. Also make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram because those are my main social networks. Until the next one, have a good day.